writing has been the single most healing act of my life. And it is because writing demands that we tell the truth about what it means to be human, that we tell the story of not who we are, but who we are really, really in our most primal private self. This is why we come to art. And I think writing can do that in a particular way that is maybe better than any other art form, because what you're allowed into when you read a book or a poem or an essay is you're really allowed into the consciousness of the narrator, the writer. And so when the writer is telling, is talking about their own life, you get to see that. You get to, you go behind that facade. And what's really fascinating to me about the healing power of writing is, and I know this because I teach writing. So I've talked to so many, thousands of students at this point who, they express this fear of the very thing that the writing is most powerful at doing, which is telling the truth. Because as you know, Thomas, truth telling, as healing as it is, it's also associated with shame and fear. We're told, many of us were sort of, sort of seeped in this from like the very beginning. If you tell us who you really are, we will reject you. We will judge you. We will cast you out. And that is talk about a primal fear. One of our most essential aspects is wanting to be loved and included and affirmed. And so what if we dare to do this thing that we've both been explicitly and implicitly told not to do, which is to tell the truth. And, writing demands that. And what I have found over and over again is that if you dare to say who you most truly are, if you dare to write what you most deeply feel, what your experience actually was, you will never find yourself alone in that place. That story that you are bold enough to tell, the truest story, will be the thing that actually, your fear will not only not come true, people will gather around you. I had no idea that I wasn't alone in my grief. And now people all over the world have shared with me their grief stories. This also has happened, me writing about, I had an abusive father. I, experienced lots of childhood trauma at the hands of my father and grandfather in different ways. And there again, every time I tell those stories that are taboo or to be silenced or erased or hidden or kept private, what happens is people gather around me, and not to console me, but to share with me their own stories, to say, me too, which is the most profound consolation there is. I mean, because as you know well, the other side of collective trauma is collective healing. It's gathering, it's holding hands and, forming the circle and looking at each other and saying, that was hard, but we have the strength and courage to endure this and to go beyond this.